Let me unmute you,
What it
Tone.
is.
Tone, what's your
Yeah.
thought on this? What's your
Well,
thought?
I believe they were gangsters. I believe that this was just gangster, four gangsters or five or whatever with badges. Period. And then going back to the brother that left, what was his name?
Kevin.
Kevin. He said that the root of the problem is it's money. It's all about money. Of course, it's all about money. The Bible even says that the root of all, the love of money is the root of all evil. But then outside of that, it's a spiritual thing. You have to combat it spiritually. If you
Right.
don't combat it spiritually, then forget it. The Bible says it's nothing new under the sun. If you don't combat it spiritually, then what's the purpose? Nothing's going to change.
Correct. What is your Michi? I see you. I'm gonna bring you up. I gotta get everybody's thoughts in before I bring you up, Michi, and then you can have a
Cause
you
she
can
a
have a
terror.
WWE ball with everybody on the panel. We gotta save the best for last. Michi's back there brewing, and she's ready to cook. Tone, let me get your thoughts real quick on this, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna rotate you out. And I want to hear Black David. I want to hear Raw B. I'm gonna save my two experts for last, Dre and Michi. And then I want to get your guys' thoughts on this because Michi's going to come in and she's going to come and she's going to be the gracious, most amazing queen that she is and
No,
bless
she
us with
gonna be
her
smacking and
amazing
snapping.
energy.
She gonna be smacking and snapping.
Hey, Robbie. You remember me from yesterday? How you doing, love?
so Tone, real quick, let me get your thoughts on this.
Yes, sir.
Do you believe that the officer should get the death penalty, or do you believe that that's not appropriate for this particular?
Oh, for sure, definitely.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then and then let me ask you this. Do you think this is about, because the title of this thing is, and I want to make sure we focus on the title of this stream is it the white man's fault? Is this situation involving these five officers, does racism play a part in this, or is it strictly police brutality by five black officers?
No, 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 no. It's strictly black officers doing what they want to do from their own upbringing. This has
Okay.
nothing to do with racism.
Why
I
do
don't play that victim Olympic stuff.
I heard that. Why do you think the community wants, or some people or the media wants to tie in racism into this argument with the five officers?
The media,
Okay.
media come spewing day in, day out. You get enough of that, you become whatever you listen to. Oh yeah,
Fact.
number one ammo for the powers that be,
Yes,
for
sir.
sure.
Let me ask you this then.
Hmm.
Um, Whitaker, is that his name?
Jason
Jason
Whitlock.
Jason Whitlock.
Whitlock. His comments on black women, are black women the reason for the dysfunction in the black community?
I don't think he put it like that. Like
Yeah.
so. You I mean, oh yeah, okay, all right, Tech. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't think he was saying, "Oh, you woman, it's your fault," blah blah blah.
What's
But
your
I think
interpretation?
overall,
What's your
well,
interpretation of what he said?
my interpretation is little boys are brought up under single mothers who don't know how to raise little boys, and they grow up to just do whatever comes to them. They just, they're wild. That's who these four guys were. I guarantee you there was probably two of them who were older and were just lost their mind. And then the other two, they probably just say, hey, come on, tried to get them to come along with them. And I guarantee you the two that was on the ground were probably younger, so it was more of a brainwashing.
So let me ask
But
you
but they
this.
have to take accountability. This had nothing to do with race, and even the people that went out and started rioting and this and that, that was a free for all.
So Tone, real quick,
Yes, sir.
um, do you believe that black men owe some agency into this problem that he alluded to?
Yes,
All right. Do you feel like his assessment was 100% accurate?
yes, yeah.
Do you believe, though, if it's 100% accurate, he never mentioned the responsibility of black men to their community? He only
No,
said
he
black
did
women.
not. Right. Yeah. Well, I'm sure that would be coming. I mean, you can't get it all in, but
That
I
brother
don't
got
know what the
everything he
man
wanted
thinks.
to get in, though. That's the
And did,
problem.
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
You
Well,
feel me?
Whitlock, he's gonna give a pushback. He's gonna give a pushback,
But do
regardless if we agree with it or not.
true, but do you see the problem with what he said? And it was grossly inaccurate.
Why? Why? Why was it?
You just said that he wasn't 100% accurate because he left out the responsibility of black men. He only told half a truth.
I don't
And
think
that's what we were saying. What makes someone completely dangerous?
Correct.
It's
he
Mm.
told
how
the
you say
truth.
things, and then that's
I
how
think it's
you.
more how you interpreted it. I think it's how the other person interprets it, because
But
it didn't bother me.
well, of
You
course,
know,
because
Of
he's not
course, it
talking
wouldn't
about
bother
you.
you. You a man. Why
Of
would
course, it
it?
did not. Well, let me
why?
ask you.
No, why? Just because I'm a man? That don't make no sense. Why is
Oh, here
that?
we
I
go.
mean, we
Because
all
you're
people.
sitting here. Because you're
Hold, hold.
sitting here. You're trying to make
No,
excuses
I'm
for
not
what he
trying to make
said that you
nothing. It
didn't
went through
put
my
the
brain and
whole.
I calculated it, and it just makes sense to me. It don't have nothing to do with nothing else.
You said so. It
It,
makes sense that this is a problem that have to do with black women.
not totally. No, I don't think he meant that. I don't think he meant it's
So,
just the women's fault. He didn't
so
say that.
could you tell me what he meant and how you agree with him? I need to hear this again.
Well, I mean, I would love to watch the video. We should watch the video together and break it down.
Hey,
Damn
I
right. And
agree.
I'm about to
No,
pull it
no,
up
no,
right
no,
I
now.
have watched
no,
the
Yeah,
video
pull it up
several
right now.
times.
no, because
Pull it up.
if you agree, you heard enough that you agreeing. So what you agreeing with?
No,
I
I
agreed.
agree.
Wait,
I agree.
wait, wait.
I agreed everything what he said.
Okay, so
Okay, I'm
you
gonna go on
agree.
mute till it's my
So
time.
then this
'Cause
is black women's fault. How is it black women's fault? Explain that.
But he didn't say it was totally black women's fault, though. He
Well,
yes, he
part
did.
of
raised
it is
he
how.
raised a scenario that where we all know that black boys are raised up with single women
Hey,
and
look,
are
look,
Wait,
stop.
wives.
Hey,
so
look,
black ain't no black boys got no daddies. Is this
no,
what you're
yeah,
telling me?
but stop capping. Look, Jason Whitlock is a
What?
fan of
That
Thomas
don't
on.
make no sense.
You don't
Jason
make no
Whitlock
sense.
is
You
a
said
fan
black
of
boys
No,
is
you
being
don't make no
raised by
sense.
single black mothers, like those. So black boys don't have fathers. Is what
You,
you
you
telling me?
act like you don't know what's going on.
You act like you gonna take the stereotype and press it on the whole damn community.
It ain't no
And
stereotype.
what he also said was that he tried to blame the single black woman thing on the police chief lady, and she's a married woman. So I just
I
need
don't I don't
you
I don't know about that. I didn't see that part of it. I'm just
Yeah,
talking
actually,
about.
what he
agreed with
said
it
is
all.
Right,
he said
Nathan, do
that
you want to
these
play
men
the
are
video?
out here acting in gang behavior, that these
Right.
men are exhibiting the signs and symptoms of all black men raised by single mothers. And I'm
He
going to
didn't
tell
say
you
all
what,
black men.
yes, actually, he
All right, well,
did,
let's
sir.
play it.
You said
Well,
you need to
We're gonna
watch the
play it.
video again. I have watched the video several times.
We're gonna play it. We're gonna play it real quick because I want.
Hold
I
on
want
one second. I got like 1 minute. Let me just say my piece. Look,
Go ahead.
hey,
Go ahead.
I didn't mean to come up here and cause all this division.
Nah, you ain't no
you good.
division. We just working it out. We working it
Right
out.
on.
Go ahead,
Look,
Dre.
Right
like
on.
this. I'm gonna say my little piece.
I love you, X. I love you, X.
Look, I do not like
I love
Jason
you,
Whitlock. I don't like him at all. I'm not gonna call him a coon. I'm not gonna call him a Sambo, even that's what he is. What he had to say made sense, but it was out of context. There's a lot of things in there because you can't have 2 plus 2. You got to have a 2. You can't say 2 plus blank is 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. The problem is we as men are equally to blame. You know what I'm saying? We equally to blame. You can't put it all on a black woman that, oh, because they did this. But he did make sense with saying that, you do have a cluster of women that allow the government to separate the homes. You do have a section of women that will much rather be on public assistance and be single mothers than be married. I said this when I was in my 20s. There's a lot of women out there that will give you a baby before a relationship. But you cannot blame. Hold on, let me finish.
Go ahead.
You cannot blame the plight of the entire black race on black women. We have equal stake in this game because we got a whole lot of ain't shit dudes out here that's doing dumb shit. And unfortunately, these are the dudes that some women are attracted to. But at the end of the day, we have to, as men, have to take responsibility because we allow these dudes to move around with impunity without checking them. But we separate responsibility for our shit, but we let them do their shit.
But
We
what
all
does this,
collectively, like I told Michi the other day, like we're not unified. We the most ununified folks in the world that demand the most shit and then get mad because we the squeakiest wheel, but we never get oiled. Well, we have all these different parts of this machine that's squeaking and then don't want to work together, don't want to do their parts, but yet we don't get the same justice as everybody else. We don't get the reparations, we don't get the understanding. But every movie, you have to have a villain. We're the villain of this world, and it's financially feasible for everybody to get paid off of us to be villains. But it took us too long to realize that we're being portrayed as the villains, and we don't want to be villains anymore. At some point, we need to leverage our money. Say, you know what? Stop this damn protesting. You know what? Since you want us to be the bad guy, hold on, Courtney. Since you want us to be the bad guy, we're no longer going to shop here, and we're no longer going to shop there. When you start messing with the bottom line, folks will start all of a sudden galvanize and want to be on our side to get us to start spending money again. Then you'll see change. But we all individually, as a collective, too many individuals want their own personal piece of the pie. They don't want to share the entire pie to make sure everybody eat. I just want my piece. But when we decide that we legitimately want to work together as a community, you'll see change.
So what does baby mama, whatever, single mamas have to do with this Memphis killing?
Absolutely goddamn thing. Nothing.
It's not the women, it's the circumstances.
The circumstances of what? Because the issue is we're talking about this and we call it an isolated issue or problem. Okay, we can call it that. But what does that have to do with baby mamas, single women, Black women? It has nothing. So then the question is, why in the world would he try to attach that to this issue?
Correct.
Well, that's an easy question. That's easy.
Well, before you respond, Dre, wait 1 second. Before you respond,
I'm about to leave. That's why I just said that.
Well, the only reason why I say that is because you have the right mind to interpret something that he said, but what you said is not what he said, and that's the problem. He never said none of that. What you just said. He made a salacious statement and then left it open to interpretation.
Right.
And when you do that, that is the problem. What you just said is what he should have took the time to say, right? Whether what you're saying is correct or not, he didn't bring any context to anything, and it was completely irrelevant to what the situation was. He took that as an opportunity to, one, disrespect the chief of the police department, disrespect her as a woman. He never addressed her by her title. And then he disrespected women, Black women in our community, and tied in something and left out the men, as if the men have nothing to do with women being single mothers. And that's not fair. And it was grossly inaccurate, and it was insensitive, and it was disrespectful. See, I have a mind to understand what he was trying to do, but I know what he was doing, and it was wrong. What he did and how he did it, and it wasn't appropriate. You just said a whole bunch of stuff that he did not say at all. You get what I'm saying?
The only people he should have been blaming are the 5 grown-ass men who need to be accountable for their actions. I don't give a damn if they mama locked them in the basement and fed them ramen noodles all for 12 damn years straight, okay? You are a grown man now, and you are a police officer. So maybe you should be accountable for being an adult. Them is the only people he should have brought up, period. I just find it funny that these grown men did this vicious act, and somehow this is somebody else's fault but theirs.
Yeah.